Welcome everyone to another Tracks on Sundays. I'm Trax the Max and this is another Raid Shadow Legends video. Today we are going to take a look at the Maruka build that we had of last week and add another Revive on Death champion to the mix and see if that's going to fix the problem. I went ahead and tossed all the Marukas into the Guardian Vault so that they would lose all their gear. So we'll have re-gear them and stuff and make them ready for our test run. So Marukas are in here. I also threw the Occult Brawler in there, and we should have a Skytouch Shaman here somewhere. Where is she? There she is. So went ahead and leveled one up to 50 as well. We can ascend her twice, I guess. That's fine. Have to see I don't click 3 times because that will mess things up. There you go. Okay, so we'll go ahead and gear these Maruka's Skytouch Shaman and Occult Brawler up and see if we can do a test run. Okay, so we're back. We've put some gear on, slapped some random stuff we had laying around on our champions and try to get the speeds right. Now, there's something that I've noticed when putting Skytouch Shaman into the calculator. Not only would she have been better as a 4th Maruka because of you're able to actually ascend the Marukas fully, you can utilize the banner and the amulet, which she can't because of her passive right here. You have this places a 30% speed decrease debuff on this champion for 1 turn at the start of each turn. Also has a 50% chance of fearing her. So that's like, you don't want these debuffs on her basically if you're speed tuning, of course. So that's why a 4th Maruka would have been better. But there's another thing why a Maruka would be better, and that is, well, 2 things actually. One thing else is this hits decently hard actually. It has a strong multiplier on it, so that's another thing, of course. But this A1 not only does not hit very hard, but it has this boost this champion's turn meter by 20% if this champion has 50% or higher HP. Now, in general content, of course, that's awesome. In speed tuning situation, it's not so awesome, of course. So we're gonna see what happens. I think if she dies on time, it's gonna be fine. If she does not die on time, we're gonna have to strip some of her gear. Well, not that she has that much on, but we're gonna have to try and make her die even faster than she already is dying. That's basically it. And if that does not work, the only other thing I can actually do to test this theory out, is grab a, let me see here, okay, let me do affinity. I'll find him a little quicker, hopefully, if he's actually in here somewhere. Come on, where are you, bro? There you are, this guy. So this guy, Lightsworn, he actually has this ability right here. Places 60% increased defense buff and a revive on death buff on all allies for 2 turns on a 4-turn cooldown. Only requires 1 book if you can land it, so that's pretty neat. Obviously, we don't have this on the free-to-play because otherwise I wouldn't even be looking at Skytouch Shaman, right? Because this is actually a very good candidate because he also gives the increased defense, which, increases the damage for our Marukas. None of these champions have masteries. I put a retaliation set on this. It doesn't really matter that much. I was thinking about maybe putting one of the Marukas into retaliation. One that had actually the blessing with cruelty on her, so that we might proc that faster to get, the defense, 5% defense off a little quicker, maybe, perhaps. Eventually, retaliation is not going to do anything because every champion is just going to take one turn anyway. They're just going to do their attack or their revive on death buff, and that's their turn because they're just going to get wiped out and then they're going to pop back up. So the counterattack doesn't really make sense until a certain point, right? So like probably the first 10 turns or so, maybe 13 turns, who knows how long they can survive. Those turns, retaliation will do something. After that, it won't do anything anymore, right? The same thing goes for masteries. If you're going for the counterattack retribution here, at a certain point, it's not going to do anything anymore, right? Because they're just going to get one shot and pop back up. That's essentially the idea. So it's kind of tricky to find a way to have them do enough damage, because we do want to get that 17.5 million or somewhere above that, somewhere between 17.5 and 18 million per key to be able to get the Ultra Nightmare chest, right? So yeah, we really need to look into that and see what the best way to do this is. It probably involves not using a Cult Brawler, but using actually something like a Fane, for instance. I've talked about Fane I mentioned her a couple of times, but why would she be better in this situation? Well, she has the poisons as well. Not as great as a Cult Brawler in the poison department, but still good enough. But she also has a defense down and a weaken on this A3. That is huge because we don't have that at the moment. Weaken is just straight up 25% damage more, and the defense down, I'm not completely sure how much more damage you do then, but I would say you almost do like half damage more or something like that. Probably more like 40% more damage or something like that. But you can correct me on that. But it's a ton of more damage just having these two debuffs on the clan boss, right? And right now we just don't have that. All we have is our kit to stay alive for 50 turns, hopefully, and poisons. And then we'd have like on the free to play, I also have like cruelty on one of my Marugas. But yeah, it's basically just really relying on poisons and War Master procs, but then weak War Master procs. And when I say weak, it's like a War Master proc without a defense down and without a weaken does around 48,000 damage. And if you do have the weaken and the defense down up, it's more like 63,000 per proc. So that's pretty substantial. I mean, that's a huge chunk actually, right? So yeah, I'm not sure what these girls and dude are gonna do today, but I truly hope that they're gonna actually at least, you know, cycle through and make it happen. But this could be the problem child right here. This Skytouch Shaman, I'll show you guys later on the free-to-play. I actually already 6-starred her because I do know if this whole idea would crumble, right, and I would actually really need a different champion to replace my Skytouched, I do know that Skytouch is still going to be a boss of a champion in different areas of the game, right? Then I would ascend her, then I would use her in arena much more often. Stuff like Bommel, she would be amazing. There's a lot of areas where Faction Wars, she just basically clears together with Silver Drakes. They just clear it. So yeah, she's very, very good. I'm just using her in the least optimal way possible right now, okay? So if you pull this champion, don't think, oh wow, I've saw Trax use that gal before and she sucks. No, she doesn't. She's really good, but it's just the way I'm using her right now is just not very good. Okay. So yeah, let's head right into the clan boss, I guess. Get these red dots out of the way. Oh, I guess it's a new day today, right? Okay, cool. Maybe we can pick up something here. 300 for Ninja. Ooh, look at that. I almost have enough. Okay, so Ultra Nightmare, it's red affinity. That's actually good for us. Then we don't have to necessarily deal with this spirit stuff, you know, because I don't know if that is going to be an issue too. On top of everything, last week we tried this on spirit with the 3, and well, that obviously completely failed. So let us see what happens this week. You can move. We don't need you. We want our Sky Touched, the level 50, this one. Now, I'm gonna actually not put her in the lead, because I don't think we actually want the HP buff. Because I mean, we give her an HP buff, she's gonna stay alive too long, right? We don't want her to stay alive very long. That's the whole idea. We want her to actually die ASAP. So that she just doesn't, you know, take too much turn meter and start skipping turns or doubling the rest, actually. So okay, so let's see what we got here. We don't want you to use this ever. We just want you to A1. This is your first choice always. Okay, I got this booked, right? Hold up. Okay. Good thing I saw this now. Champions. We need to book that, of course. Didn't want to spend that many books, but here we are. Okay. So back to clanboss. Let's see. Ultra Nightmare. This one right here. Alright, Skytouch Shaman, we want you to always do this. Is it booked? Yep. Then, okay, this is good. We don't want them to use the A2. It's not necessary. We actually want people to die. And we want a Cold Brawler to be the stun target. I don't know if that's actually going to be the case either. So that's going to be kind of interesting. Well, we might have to adjust some stuff if that is not the case. But yeah, this is gonna be it. This is also a weak affinity. So, oh, this is actually not so good. This is not great because a Cold Brawler is actually strong affinity here. So the clan boss is gonna stun one of the Marukas. That's actually pretty bad. But yeah, it is what it is. We'll see what happens. You haven't chosen? No, I know. We don't have that. We don't have the luxury. We do not have the luxury. Okay. So A1, there you go. This is the first Maruka. Maruka 2 does A1. Maruka 3 does A1. The Shaman does A1 and gets some turn meter, which, you know, we don't want. Oh no, she's also counterattacking? That's even worse. This is even worse than I thought. Yeah, she's going up real quick. Third Maruka now. Puts up this. Poison. Okay. So this is where it kind of gets funky already, right? Because of this turn meter. Like, she is not supposed to be going yet right now. Obviously, Maruka is also never supposed to get stunned, but because of the affinity, they will go for her. So that kind of means we need to check and see if I have a magic affinity DPS for this. Specifically force affinity, yeah. Okay, but let's do this then. Okay, so Sky Touch Shaman should actually be reset now. Is she reset though? Do they always pop up with this much turn meter? I thought they went to 0. Or do they just stay at where they were? Interesting. Well, this is the first Maruka again, I guess. Yeah. Okay. Here you have. That's first Maruka again. Here's the second one who's able to do her. Just gonna manual for now. Okay, so this is on a 1. Okay, so this should be good, I think. Yeah, this is 2. Okay. Don't know what's gonna happen now. If anything goes wrong now, I don't think it's because of Sky Touch Shaman. I just think it's because of the wrong affinity. And that Marukas are going to get targeted instead of a cold brawler. And if that's the case... Okay, but they're dying, they're popping back up, they're getting another. Maybe affinity doesn't even matter now anymore because they're actually getting slammed down and dying. Oh. We missed it there. And I actually missed what happened there, so I'm gonna have to go back and see what happened exactly. So I wonder if it's still the Sky Touch that's just going too fast because of the A1 or not. I'll start off with making a magic DPS first. Probably something at level 50 or something real quick, just throw something together with the right speeds, and I'll be right back. Okay, and we're back. I went ahead and found a magic affinity that I had laying around. That was not too high of a level. That also put some poisons up. Not the way that a cold brawler does, so, you know, it's not the same kind of test. He wasn't lifesteal, so I stripped him of that. I had to anyway, just to get the speed. He just needs to be faster than the rest, right? So, level 50, that's ideal. Masteries, he has a couple of them. Doesn't really matter that much. Like, only for the War Master procs. It's right now, we're not really looking at the damage, per se. We're just trying to get it, you know, to run for 50 turns, not to fail. But yeah. We'll see how this one goes. I think I have some keys in my inbox still. What is that? Here, yeah. Okay. Well, let's retry that. I was doing my best, really, to try and preserve the key, but somehow they still die too quick. I guess that's what happens when you try to run it on auto, but here we are. So what do we want you to do? Does this matter actually? No. This does not matter at all. We don't want leash. We just basically want the poisons, right? Poisons. He does have the weaken. And he can attack up himself, so that's kind of neat. And he does more damage, 20% more damage when they're under poison. So that's nice too. Okay, let's try this one. No, we don't want to start on auto, and no, we don't need that. We just need for Sky Touch Shaman to die quicker. That's what we need. Okay, so let's see. Got the weaken up. That means he gets the attack up. That's pretty sweet. All right. Maruka 1, Maruka 2, Maruka 3. You know how it goes. Boost turn meter. I might have to take the counterattack thing off her too, because that just gives her more turn meter, right? Not what ideal at all for this comp. This. Wait, am I? This is the last. Yeah, okay. I was a bit confused there. Talking too much. Maruka 1. Maruka 2. See, she's here already now, and she's not supposed to be here yet, but... it should be fine, I think. She puts this up, Maruka 3, and then... That's... Where did that come from? Why did he get an extra turn now? Oh no, and this is the turn that she is supposed to... So let's do this real quick, because otherwise this run has already failed. But Scabrius was not supposed to go yet, I don't think. Yeah, and she's too high in the turn order here too. It's crazy because she only took one turn where she got the extra turn meter. One turn. And we can't make her slower because she is at 191 already. She's like literally just in front of the clown boss. If you make her slower, when she pops back up, she's never going to get a turn, right? Or she shouldn't get a turn at least. Okay. Let's see what happens now. I think their turn order just completely shifted now. I could be mistaken, but it seems to me that their turn order is doing some funky stuff. Okay, now they all die. That is usually what you actually want. Just have them all die, and then it should be fine. Okay, stun, that's fine. Don't care, but he is taking the correct target now, which is good. We don't want him targeting any of the revive on deaths, obviously. Okay, so she doesn't get turn meter if she's under 50%, so that kind of works out decently. I guess it's Sky Touch's turn to throw up the... yeah. Okay, they pop back up. Okay, let's do this at a 1 times speed now. I think now they should be good again. And if they're not, I do not know what's the problem. Turn from the slime. Back up. Yo, Scab Bro. You do have to land some poisons, my man. Okay, wait. I'm gonna pause on that, because now she has to have the... Okay, she does. Okay, so we're still good. Now she has a thing. Okay, return from the slime. Good girl. I'll die. It's actually cooler in slow-mo, isn't it? Yep, there you go. Come on. This has to be it, right? This has to be it. No, no, no. Do you have it? Oh, you have it. Okay. So that would mean that she has it next turn, if all's well. One turn? Okay. So I think this means I can actually put it on 2 times and auto now. Fingers crossed. If this does go to long run, as you can see, we're not going to do any damage at all. That's just because, well, we don't have War Masters, and we're all the wrong affinity. So, again, that's not the point of this. The point of this is to try and just get to the 50 turn count, right? If we can do that, that means that we can actually transform the team on our free-to-play in the same manner. We can use a Cold Brawler, which I believe actually his passive also doesn't have to hit or anything, so that means he just places it. So that can never weak hit, which is actually pretty cool. But also on the free-to-play account, there's like barely anyone hitting Ultra Nightmare. I don't even know if there are any hitting Ultra Nightmare yet. So that shouldn't be an issue. It should always be Void, basically. But I hope this is not a wasted key. For the testing purposes, I hope it's going to work out now the way it's supposed to. We just have to sit back and pray now. Guy touched, right on time. Boom. Okay. You can see now that they actually die, all 5 of them at the same time, you can see the turn order doing the right thing now, right? So Sky touched is all the way in the back where she's supposed to be. But I think we got it now, man. I think this is it. I think this is what we're gonna have to do. Again, damage is a huge problem, okay? I don't know how I'm gonna fix it yet without having a better damage dealer. We're gonna have to see what the poisons do actually too, if the poison bar actually fills up. If not, we can bring one Maruka with a toxic set, of course, so we can up the number a little bit that way. But yeah, it's basically just gonna be relying on War Master, really. It's possible even that something like a Cruel set or something. Savage obviously will help the damage as well, but it's not like I have that much Savage on the free-to-play account just to throw on, you know, my teams. But if that is the key, we will try to work towards that, obviously. We are also going to be pulling shards, a couple of void shards. Maybe there's something in there that we can actually use as a damage dealer. That's possible too. Again, we're looking for weaken and defense down. I'm not completely sure what happens if we do defense up. It's possible that defense up is actually bad because maybe they don't die quick enough, or maybe we can only use like defense up at a certain point after Skytouch Shaman has actually died, so that she doesn't get the turn meter boost. But look at that, guys. We're at turn 33 right now, and yeah, I think we're just going the whole 9 yards here, right? That's pretty cool. I think we got it. I think this is basically what we're going to be running, but then obviously 60s, War Master, more poisons, because as you can see, there's not a lot of poisons. Getting placed right now. Yeah. I'm gonna let this run, and I don't know. I'm actually pretty happy that we got this to run the way it is right now already, because I wasn't really sure. Theoretically, it was supposed to work, but yeah, I missed a huge thing in my previous episode that I completely just didn't think of. Even though I checked everything, and of course, if you just check it quick and you scan, you just see, oh, they have revive on death every turn, but you don't take into account that sometimes they have to take a double turn if they're going at a 4-3 ratio, and if that's the turn that they actually were supposed to put up the revive on death, you have a big chance that the run's gonna fail because, well, they won't put up the revive on death, basically, you know? Yeah. Look at that, guys. Turn 46. There's no damage. There's no damage, but again, that's not the purpose of this video quite yet. The purpose is just to see, are these the speeds we need? Can we do it with a Skytouch Shaman? And those are 2 yeses right there. So, I think I'm going to leave it with that for now. But yeah, that's awesome. You could see, like, a Cold Brawler already did this kind of damage way earlier in the run. But there you have it, dude. There you have it. 50 turns is what they did. Weak affinity also, by the way, so that doesn't really help the issue of the damage. But yeah, we did it. We actually did it. So now I can start going on the free-to-play and building this out without fearing that it does not work. So that's pretty awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna turn this off real quick and go on to the free-to-play account, and let's pop some shards there and see how things have been going there, and then I'll let you guys go, okay? Be right back. Alright, here we are again. So, we have a skill tome, pretty nice. We can always use that. What have we been doing on this account? So, we've been mostly farming masteries, actually. Pretty boring, very boring. But that's kind of what you have to do in the early game, right? So, been farming masteries. Ron the Hazard full thing going right now. I'm started working on Terrace so that I can actually start making him a better nuker. I was actually supposed to throw him into the Guardian Vault to get rid of this for free, and I've been lazy, man. Been lazy. I've actually also been playing, I don't know if you can see that, but that's basically, okay, there you go. Yeah, it's kind of shiny, right? It's basically the game Raid is based off of Summoner's War. It's from 2014 or something. It's super old, but yeah, Jay Giggs and the squad have been playing it again, and it's been tons of fun, actually. There's so much, like, if you can get over the aesthetics, right? Like the visuals of Raid are just insane, right? I mean, this dude right here, like, how crazy does he look? Just freaking amazing, right? But they all do. They just look amazing, each and every one of them. But if you can kind of get over that, and you can settle with, you know, the way that looks, it's like double as good as Raid, easily. It's so much better. It's just so much better. especially for a free-to-play player. It's so much better. And again, I like a challenge, you know, but the way Raid kind of just... They force you into this corner to make you want to spend pretty early, in my opinion. But, yeah, I'm also kind of new to Summoner's War, so I might be biased a little bit about that. But until now, it really knocks Raid out of the water. But we got our War Master on a Cult Brawler. He has the correct speed and everything for the comp that we were going to put him in. So he's actually... I'm not going to do too much about him right now, right? He has full crit rate. He has the speed he needs. He has enough accuracy. He's basically done to just throw into the comp already, which, you know, that's pretty cool. I can make him better, obviously. He has some very crappy stuff on here. Like, I could make this better, right? But for now, he's done. He's ready. We can test him out. And we have this gal right here. She needs 5 more speed. I believe I didn't actually do anything to her other than make her 6-star and give her War Master. But the reason I leveled up Skytouch Shaman first and not Maruka's was because I'm using her also as an enabler for my Terrace, right? Because she has this cleanse and puts up block debuffs and revive on death. So those are 2 buffs on all our champions, and Terrace has this huge, hard-hitting A3 ability that just does more damage the more buffs you have. A la Seer, right? Well, Terrace basically does the same, only he actually also, instead of stripping the buffs, he extends them. And of course, he doesn't deal more damage according to the enemy buffs, only your own buffs. I am actually running a comp where I used both of these champions, so that's why I went for her first. Now I have a way more consistent Dragon 20. I can just put it on auto. It fails sometimes still. I don't know why, but I think it's because Deacon is weak affinity on Dragon 20. And yeah, sometimes you just don't kill everything quick enough, and then some of those dudes kind of hit hard, right? Speaking of Deacon, we did some changing around with him too. He used to have 400 plus accuracy because he had an accuracy chest on. He also had more speed because there was a lot of speed on that chest. That's why I gave it to him. But I really needed him to be a little bit tankier, so I got some more defense on him and some more HP. Now he's looking a lot better, and we are actually very, very easily 3-keying Nightmare right now with the clanboss team that we have. I don't know if I threw in any... I haven't even... Well, this was actually a bad run, but I've also had 15 million yesterday on 2 runs, actually. So we're getting the Nightmare chest done pretty darn good, I'd say. Other than that, we have this Maruka. I don't know. Yeah, she's too slow right now, but we do still have to put a banner on her, so we can get 10 speed on her there. She'll be golden as well. We just need to get our masteries done. We're slowly working on that, okay? I didn't want to, like I said last week, I didn't want to rush this too fast because, well, if our test run this week would have failed as well, then I would probably say, okay, let's put this whole project on hold for now. That's why I also still have this Maruka at 40, for instance. Like, it doesn't really make sense to start leveling them up if they're not going to be used the way they were intended to from the beginning, right? So this one's just naked still, haven't done anything with her. So yeah, that's basically it. That's not much else to it. So I've been doing this right here, and I've been doing Dragon 20 right here. That's it. Yeah, other than that, faction wars I've been pushing a little bit in some of the factions. Like, these are my top 3 right here. Bannerlords, obviously crazy with Terrace and with Rhonda. Secret Order and Barbarian are kind of okay, and then the rest is just kind of, you know, I don't have much going on here. Only one champion, so we're just farming some low level glyphs in there and stuff. Not really sure what's going on here. Not much either. We probably need to level some more of this up if we actually want to gain some more there, but mainly the things I've been pushing are the ones that I have some decent champions for, so like these 3. Yeah, nothing too special, just, you know, keeping busy, basically. Doom Tower is another thing. We've been stuck on Bommel, actually, since day 5, really. So, I don't know what day we are on now. I think it's like day 13 now or something in the new Doom Tower rotation. But I've tried a couple of things with Revive on Death and stuff, and I've gotten them down to like 25%, but I really think I just need some more, probably some more damage on Terrace, and maybe some more survivability on Marukas as well. Or perhaps Jamarsa or something. I really don't know what I'm supposed to do right now. But it's not a priority, really. Bommel is a pretty hard boss, okay? I could just go and build something like a Templar and just throw Guardian set on him or a Regeneration set on him. He'll solo this pretty easily, but I don't really want to do that. I mean, things go slow as it is right now, as you can see. Not much has changed, right? Like, we got our masteries on this dude, and we got our masteries on her, and we're farming Dragon 20 now. There's people who've been farming Dragon 20 for 2 weeks already in the free-to-play series, so we're way behind just because we went for the Marukas. That's kind of it. I'm hoping that we can get this running as quick as possible, so then we can actually start trying to do Ultra Nightmare. And if we can start doing Ultra Nightmare, that's where we will just like skyrocket in value. It's basically for these shards and for these books, of course. That's why we really want it, you know? Speaking of shards, I promised you guys we'd do this. So what champions do we want? Actually, I only want a Marishka. Is that too much to ask? Marishka, okay? That's what we're going for here. Nothing less than a Marishka. No, oh wow, a second Bellower. Cool. I was gonna say a Cold Heart as a rare would be nice. That could help us in Spider a bit already. This guy's pretty good in clanboss. Maybe he's an option. Come on, give me one epic, dude. There we go. What is it? Ooh, a Shamael. Not bad. Yeah, this dude is really good in Hydra when there's a Head of Torment, but there isn't a Head of Torment right now. But he's also just generally very good to do stuff in Doom Tower. There's often very annoying waves, and he can just one-shot people with this ability right here. You give him a couple of buffs, and he'll just ignore all the defense and just one-shot stuff. So, really good. Also, if anyone tries to put fear on your team, they'll be like, no. They'll take it off, and they'll start counter-attacking whoever tried to put fear on them. Yeah, I don't know. He's probably like not really what we need at the moment, but he's definitely a really good pull. He's very solid. Okay, let's see if we can get another epic. Yes, and it's she's a poisoner, but I don't know if she has defense down on weaken. If she does, she's probably our new damage dealer. As long as she doesn't have extra turns, but we'll find out really soon. Okay, we don't care about this. This is a Oh, I remember seeing this once and thinking that's interesting, but I don't know how much percentage of her speed is actually. Not that we can make her fast for this comp, but it's kind of interesting that she does damage based off her speed. Okay, 3 times at random, placing a stunned. No, I don't think she has anything other than poisons. So attacks one enemy 4 times. How many is this? This is 3 times. Does she bring accuracy and... This would have been good in clanboss, right? This would have been in clanboss instead of... And this is a very useless debuff to have on the A1, which you kind of also don't want in clanboss, right? Because that's a... You can only have 10 debuffs, so if she's putting up heal reduction, she's not putting up poisons. We want her to put up poisons. Yeah, I don't know, man. Is Rowan gonna be better than a cold brawler? My guess is no, actually. Unfortunately, but I think she's not gonna be better than a cold brawler. Darn. Would have been pretty good if only she had a defense down, man. I'd be or a small weaken. Even small weaken, I'd take that over the heal reduction any day. Or this stupid stun. Like, what is this even? Three times at random? Makes it's not even 100%. Wow. Actually, this champion needs a rework, I think. This should be an AoE. Like, it's not even stunning 100%. This is pretty bad, actually. Really, really bad. Okay. I didn't realize she was that. I thought she got used in the past, but maybe it's a long time ago. Some people kind of like her, I guess. But I mean, 4.2 is not really that great, right? Well, those were our 4 void shards. 2 epics, can't be too mad about that. Not really the epics that we were hoping for, but hey. Beggars can't be choosers, or how do they say that? I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Again, if you need to know the speeds of the champions, so you have your Skytouch Shaman going at 191 speed. You want her to be the absolute slowest just because of that turn meter boost. Don't make her too tanky. Give her attack percentage chest or something, or resistance. It doesn't even matter, but just don't give her defense. Don't give her HP. As little as possible, yeah. Give her crit rate gloves to have her do a little bit extra damage. Then your Marukas. I didn't really test them at the same speeds yet. You might have noticed that they had the same speeds. I don't know if I went over that or not, but they had 194 speed, all 3 of them, but one was wearing no speed sets or perception sets. One was wearing 1 perception set, and the other was wearing 2 perception sets. Now, what happens there is the one without the perception sets is at perception sets. Very hard to say this, apparently. Is basically the fastest one. The one with the 1 perception set is the second fastest one, and the one with the 2 perception sets is the slowest one. The reasoning is because the true speeds are different when they have speed enhancing sets on, but you can find that in the calculator. So their speeds are very, very, very minorly different, okay? It says 194, but they're actually different. And then your damage dealer, 196 is fine, 197 is fine. I'm not sure how far you can go with that. It's possible that 200N is fine, but I mean, why would you do that? You only need a certain speed, so if you can get that speed, start working on damage instead, I would say. Unless you're using a damage dealer that you're going to use in dungeons and stuff too, well, then you might want to pick up a little more speed or something, but use Deadwood Jedi's calculator for that. Check it out. I'd say if you're trying to build this, if you have any questions, please put them in the comments. I'll definitely look into them and see if I can answer them, and if I can't answer them, we'll try to figure it out next week. Right now, I'm not going for this fusion on this account, by the way. I am doing it on my main account, but it should be a pretty chill fusion anyway. I will be pulling these ancient shards tomorrow. I might film that and make a quick short about that as well if you want to catch that on the channel. I'll be throwing that up there. It's just going to be a 15-second video like I do sometimes, you know. Anyway, take care, guys. Thank you for joining, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace.